What's up, Patreon? All right. So this will be the first video that I've tried to upload since the YouTube problem. So we'll see. Hopefully it goes good. These Patreon videos are pretty long, so if you're seeing this right now, that means that things have worked out really well in the YouTube department. Happy Halloween. So, Halloween, right? So the thinning of the veil, they say. So maybe you guys are just celebrating the holiday, and I don't know how many of you guys take this day off every year. I like to take this day off if I don't have to gig. But, like, I believe that this is a day where there is less of a barricade between our world and the next one. So, like, I've seen that on this day, and on other days too, right? But like, so you guys probably think this is crazy, right? That's okay. I'm okay with being crazy. I'm okay with being thought of as being crazy. I'm okay to be crazy. It's okay to be crazy. So look, like, don't leave my Patreon if you don't agree with me, because I like people that don't agree with me. It keeps things interesting, right? But I'd like to be able to talk about things that I believe in without people maybe getting upset, you know. I don't mind when other people talk about things that I don't believe in, that they do. I think that's a good thing, that we should be able to do that. I don't mind hearing people talk about things they believe in that I don't necessarily, like, it doesn't threaten what I'm believing in. If it does threaten what I believe in, maybe I need to redefine what I believe in, or the way that I believe in it, right? So my buddy the other day, he got me pretty good. He said, like sometimes in these special meetings that we go to, we have to introduce ourselves and we have to say a certain thing, I'm an alcoholic and my name is Jason. I'm an addict and my name is... And I say that, but I also say I'm a child of God and my name is Jason. Child of God. I got that from my first sponsor, Bruce Gaffney. He used to say, the reason he was my sponsor, first thing I ever heard him say, one of the first AA meetings I ever went to, as he started off, he said, I'm a child of God, my name is Bruce. And he said, I got 2 speeds, off and wide open. And I heard that, and I said, this guy is for me, Anyway, I believe I'm a child of God. I like the words, child of God. Child. I don't have to know everything. I'm being taken care of. I'm loved. I'm innocent in many ways. I'm blessed. I'm playful. Anyway, my buddy got me. He said, man, we were talking about some stuff, like the stuff that I was letting you know about, like my friends that have relapsed and all the chaos and YouTube and all that shit. And he says, man, he goes, think about this, man. He goes, you're not a musician. You're not a child of God. And I got defensive. I said, Anders, whoops, I shouldn't have said. I said, I'll always be a child of God. He goes, man, stop being so defensive. He goes, listen to me. He goes, you're not that easy. Let all that go. He goes, just be who you are today, right? Be whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like, so if you're listening to somebody, try to for a minute, right? Like, and I'm talking to me too, right? I'm talking to me. Try to for a minute not even be who you are. Just be an ear, letting it come in. Now, there's a danger in that. The danger is that you might change. You might change. Somebody might touch your perfect body with their mind. Yeah. Woo. Now, that could be bad, but it could be good. Okay, so there we go. Halloween, the thinning of the veil. This is the day when supposedly the dark spirits can come through. They can get at you. And we would dress up in Halloween, we would dress up in costumes and try to imitate the demons and the ghosts. Why? So that we would be less of a target to them. Well, I started thinking about that, and I thought, do I want to celebrate this holiday? This day of darkness, this day where the demonic can come through? Do I want to participate in this ritual? Watch scary movies, dark things? Sounds like fun. And then I thought, what do I want to invite that into my life again? And I say again, because I told you guys before that I have real experiences with this. And I also told you that you can think I'm crazy and that won't bother me. So you can know he's wrong. And I don't believe that. And I think he's lying. You could even write that. I'll just put a little heart emoji, or I'll say, I'm not. Right? So anyway, I was thinking about that. And then that idea came into me. Just listen, right? You don't have to be You don't have to have a decision on this. You don't have to know what's right or what's wrong. And I just kind of sat on it for a couple of days because I was thinking about not celebrating the holiday for the first time ever in my life this year. Because I've made a decision to align myself with goodness. I've seen the darkness, and only recently have I begun to explore the good. The last 3 years, I've aligned myself with the devil, and it wasn't a good fit. And everything they tell you about that guy, whether you think it's a fictional character or a real thing, it's all true. And all that stuff, this 93 stands for will, your will, manifest your will. Like that book, The Secret. That's Aleister Crowley 101. That book, The Secret's like the first paragraph of most Crowley books. The entire book is like a paragraph. I almost let that go out. You can't let an expensive cigar like this go out. It's not really expensive, it's rare, which makes it expensive. But it wasn't expensive when I got it. I mean, not real expensive. Expensive by American standards, probably like $12. But it's rare. So I could probably sell it if I wanted to, right? For like $40. Will. I focused. It's about manifesting your will. What do I want? Okay, I'm going to think about that. What is it that I want? What is my will in life? Well, I'm going to decide what my will is. And my will is to be a famous musician and to be a badass on my instrument and to have money in the bank and have everybody sexually desire me and look good and sound good and be, cool, have a house, have a couple cars. That was it. That was what I wanted. We're talking like 2000 something to 2010, 2001, 2002, maybe before that, maybe even since I was a kid until 2010. That's what I wanted. And so, I had been in contact. Let's just say that. Right? Let's just say that. I had invited in and been in contact with forces that I knew were not of the light. There we go. Let's say that. But I was intrigued because where was the light? It didn't show itself. And this did. And there's history behind this. Oh, Patreon. It's your fault. You don't want to let a cigar go out. Speaking of light. You want to keep it lit. Okay, on the relay. It's a great espresso. A orthodontist student of mine, sent me some coffee. Anyway, look, I was just like, well, cool. All right, so this stuff, the first time I came in contact with these forces, we'll just call them forces, I was terrified. And I prayed to Jesus. I even went and saw a shaman, Native American shaman, to try and got some sweetgrass and sage and prayer and drums over me and stuff. And that was in Kansas. And went away for like a little while, and then it came back unwanted. When I say I invited it in, it was a moment of weakness, and that invitation it sounded like this. It sounded like, I don't know if there's anything out there. I don't know if I believe in anything, but if there is anything at all, and I don't care what it is, if you can make my time here any easier, I don't really care who gets hurt in the process. That's what the invitation sounded like. And I think that was pretty sincere. I know at the time I was really upset when I made that invitation. And it was done at a crossroads, not only figuratively, but literally. I didn't go there to do that. It just happened. It just happened to be at a crossroads when that thought came into my head. I may have even spoken aloud at that time. I was so out of my mind. Angry. That's a whole other story someday. And one with a really beautiful ending. Really positive ending. But we're getting there. This is part of that story too. So once it came in, it terrified me. Because it was powerful and strong and tricky and older than me and smarter than me. Like endless time smarter than me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to read the instructions in this book how to deal with it, because I don't know. So the first thing I learned was how to make it stop, how to make it go away. This thing called the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. It's used in Masonry, and it was used in Crowley's religion, Thelema, which was part of the OTO, Ordo Templi Orientis, from the Knights Templar. Which was a group that I was part of, eventually. Not yet at this time. So I learned to make it go away. Doing this ritual, you have to memorize it, face in certain directions, say certain things, make certain movements. And it stopped. It worked. It stopped. Stuff went away. I don't know if this is important to you or not. It's not to me. But there were other people around me that felt and saw and heard some of the things that I'm talking about, the forces. Okay. And they were scared too. And some of them were believers, and I think some of them were kind of agnostic. They didn't know. I don't know that any atheists ever heard it. Then I got curious. It went away. Went away for a while. A year or two. But I kept reading these books. And the books were talking about how you can manifest your will through all these different rituals. And some of these rituals would call upon spirits to do that. And so I started thinking about that and thinking, well, what if I can invite it back in? Kind of make a deal with it, right? To get some stuff, right? That part of the deal, right? That I was thinking about way, way, way back then. That crossroad thing happened, and then it was a few years after that the actual contact really happened. And I'd had paranormal things happen since I was a little kid. My whole family did. We grew up in an old house, 1812 in Maine, and it was crazy. For the first few weeks that we moved in, it was crazy, and then it calmed down. There were moments after that. There were incidents after that, but it was really the first few weeks that we were there. It was insane. It was like a movie. And ever since then, I've been a believer, right? So you can imagine that. And my whole family is. I mean, there were 3 of us. It changed the way I look at the world, right? I mean, it's probably one of the reasons that I'm successful is because I believe things are possible. I know that the things that they tell us that they say aren't true. I know some of those things are true. At least I believe them. And I'm also okay if you don't believe me and you think I'm crazy, right? That's cool. I'm not going to fight about it. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to fight about it. Because it's okay. When it's ready, when you're ready, it'll happen to you, or it won't. Or, again, maybe I'm just crazy, right? I'm okay with that. So I started calling it back, right, and doing the things I was supposed to do, and getting more involved with this group and stuff. And so here's the thing. This stuff works. Your will works. You can manifest your will. Well, here's the problem. I got everything that I wanted. First of all, I realized I shot way too low. We always do. Because there is not enough of this world to make us happy. Not me. I should speak about me. There's not you. That's rude of me. I'm sorry. Get rid of that word. Strike that word. Add in the word. There is not enough of this world to make me happy. Right? That's what a gaping void I had inside me. There was no amount of cats, dogs, money, cigars, sex, men, women, drugs, alcohol, music, fame, fortune, cars, clothes, 6-pack of abs. None of it. Had all that at one time. Way more successful than I am now, financially, and on the books. Like when you went to book me, it cost more than it does now. And I was miserable. Miserable. Every time I would get something that shot of dopamine or whatever you want to call it would last 15 minutes, and I think, well, I just want more of that, or I'm not happy with it. So when I got what I wanted, when my will manifested successfully, when I called upon dark forces, when I ignored my boyfriend, when I ignored my family to pursue, to work, to jump on the rat race, the hamster wheel of Western idealism, success, the American dream. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I lived through it. Some people don't. And that's after 10 years. That's when I relapsed on drugs. And that was one of the main goals, I believe, of those forces was destruction. I believe strongly that there is a force of creation and a force of destruction, a yin and a yang, yin and yang, however you say it, light and dark, good and evil. And I believe there's an intelligent good and an intelligent evil. And you can call me crazy. If nothing else, let's pretend this Patreon video today is your Halloween movie, and I'm just making it all up. Right? Why not? So, I was thinking about this Halloween. Oh, let me finish with this. So now, as of 3 years ago, I finally came around after making things, after trying to accomplish my will. And for a while, I went without the dark forces. But I also went without the light, too. So for a while, I tried nothing. I think for a while, I tried Kate. And, that's a lot of burden on Kate to be as great as infinity. To fill that gaping void I talked about. It's a lot for one person. When money and fame and sex and drugs and rock and roll and alcohol couldn't do it. It's a lot to ask of a person. But 3 years ago, I finally said, I've tried everything. I've tried psychiatry, tried the drugs, tried the alcohol, tried the booze, tried everything. Tried rehab. I've tried 12-step meetings. Even now, the 12-step meetings say to go to you, right? And I said, but I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. And I said, you know what? Here we go. Ready? Your will be done, not mine. I don't know. I don't know. And please help me. And I don't care who I have to love in the process. I don't care who I have to help in the process. Make me an instrument of your will. Free me of some of my character defects. Or if you can free me of all of them, free me of all of my character defects so that I may be of better help to somebody else today. Hello there. How are you? Good. What a beautiful day to be walking around. A lot better than this summer, huh? Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to make the decisions anymore. I'm good. Right? And that's when everything changed. Everything got better after that. And every day I wake up in the morning and I say, today is going to be another great day, like Lee Mack says. But I also say, I get down on my knees. She's talking about me. Don't get upset. I get down on my knees. I'm just talking about me. Just me, right? And I say, hey, listen, it sounds a little different than this. But I say, hey, listen, I don't know, and help me. And if at all possible, if there's somebody I can help today, help me not to be an asshole so I can be a better help, right? That's pretty much it. Okay, so some of it's a little more formal, and some of it sounds kind of like that, but that's what I do. And that's allowed me to have talks like this one with you. Real talks. When I die, I hope Kate publishes these Patreon videos for everyone. So, Halloween. Is it a thinning of the veil? Yes. Right? Can dark forces come in? Yes, they can. Can you choose to take part in a ritual that exalts these dark spirits? Sure. What else? What's another way to look at it? Let's forget the child of God. Let's forget the Christian. Let's forget Jason. Let's forget everything that I just told you that I thought that I believed, right? That's what I did. And I saw it this way. What else is it? What else is it? Besides what I think it is. Maybe the thinning of the veil is a place where good can come in. Maybe that's what's happening right now. Maybe giving strangers candy that are having fun is not participating in a dark ritual. Maybe that's helping them out. Maybe watching a scarier movie or two, having some respect, having some healthy fear of what can happen is an okay thing to look at one day a year. Maybe that's okay. Maybe I ask for some extra protection on this day, but still be part of this world, this culture, this celebration. Not to have an opinion, a lofty opinion. Not that I have a problem with you having an opinion, but I don't want to have an opinion today. This particular Halloween, I don't want to have an opinion on the subject of Halloween. I guess I'm not ready to have that opinion yet. An opinion of I'm not going to celebrate this day. I'm not going to take part of this. I'm not going to smoke the Halloween cigar. I've waited 2 years to smoke this. It's okay. I have another one from another year that I've heard is better. Right? I've actually had this one before 2 years ago when it first came out. It's a little better now, 2 years later. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Patreon, thank you for sticking with me. Love y'all. Welcome to the new patrons. I'll give you a shout out next Patreon video. We do shout outs when you come aboard. I'll shout your name out. If you're new here, feel free to write me, and welcome. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this channel. We got a little family here. We're starting to get Zoom meetings together. We're starting to get special patrons-only live chats together. Every now and then I actually pick up a harmonica and tell you how to play it here on Patreon too. But not too much. Got a lot on my mind, guys. There's a lot of stuff that goes behind this. And man, sure, look, I can play, right? I'm pretty good. I'm pretty fancy. But there's fancier than me, boy. And I'll tell you, you know what? In the end, it's what you put behind it. And whatever you got going on in your life today, whether it's good or bad, or like most of us, a combination of both, you put that behind it. And you funnel in these ideas that I teach and everybody else teaches and the world teaches, and you use that as a way to further explain yourself, okay? Knowledge can never hurt you, okay? It can tempt you. It can lead you in directions that you might not know that you might not have wanted to go, right? When you quiet that mind and make that ear and you silence those definitions of what you are. I'm right wing, I'm left wing, I'm Christian, I'm Buddhist, I'm traditional harmonica player, I'm a modern harmonica player, I play by ear, I read music, whatever the heck you think it is. That is you. Don't get offended. That's what my buddy told me. He said, don't get offended. Don't get offended. But put that aside for a minute. Just listen to me. Love y'all. Take care. Subscribe today. Thank you, Patreon patrons. Stay tuned for the credits. Everybody for tuning in to Free Fridays right here on YouTube. Subscribe today. Click the subscribe button for hundreds of free harmonica lessons. If you like what I'm putting down and you'd like to support the cause, go the extra mile, be sure to visit my Patreon page. Patreon patrons, thank you very much. You're making these lessons an absolute priority in my life. No matter how busy I get, a free lesson happens every Friday. For as low as $1 a month, that's 25 cents a lesson, you can become a Patreon patron. If you're doing a little better and you can donate more, that's great. Every time you become a Patreon patron, you're helping somebody else out there that doesn't have a credit card, that doesn't have $1 a month, to continue to get free harmonica instruction and much, much more. Remember, we got product reviews here on this channel. We do videos on addiction and bipolar disorder. We got blues stories. We got performance videos and everything right here on Jason Ricci's YouTube. Subscribe today. I'd like to thank Honer Harmonicas, and I'd like to thank Blue Moon Harmonicas, making custom parts for any harmonica that you might have at home. Blue Moon has got you. The Lone Wolf Blues Company, pedals, amplifiers, microphones, you name it, much more. Right here out of Louisiana, the Lone Wolf Blues Company is bringing you the best in customer service for almost any kind of amplified blues harmonica needs that you may have. Speaking of amplifiers, Harp Gear amplifiers, check them out. The very best, Harp Gear, right out of Ocala, Florida. I got a website, www.mooncat.org. Check me out on mooncat.org. I got tour dates happening all over the place. I'm going all over the country this year, playing tour dates with J.J. Appleton, with Damon Fowler, with J.P. Soares, with my own band, with Joe Crown, all kinds of people. www.mooncat.org. T-shirts, lesson information, all of that. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. We do this every single Friday, and then every now and then I throw you some more stuff right here at Jason Ricci's YouTube. A Mooncat, love and appreciate all y'all. Thank you.